So
Okay. So the first question is, why did you choose to go to the United States?
So the biggest reason was because I really wanted to live in a big city. I went to Northeastern Illinois University, which is in Chicago. It's like one of the biggest city of the U.S., so that's why I picked the university.
Yeah.
did you change your attitude when you were in America?
Not that I know of, but when I came back, like a lot of friends said that I changed in a good way, like that I became more open and more talkative to people that I know and that I don't know. So I think I changed my attitude, but not like consciously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, was the culture that you expected, was it a lot different? Like we know the States only from the movies, and like is it the same or is it totally different?
So a lot is the same as in the movies, but yeah, some things are, of course, exaggerated in movies. But yeah, most of my expectations, I think, were the same in real life.
And are the sororities, are they also as extravagant as they are in the movies, or are they like more normal?
Mm, I was at a really small university, so we had sororities, but they were not like I didn't join one. They were not that big. Um, but it's also because it was a university where a lot of people commute. They don't live at the campus, so there were not a lot of sorority parties because they don't have like a house like you see in the movies. But then again, I have a friend who's also sitting in the US in Louisiana, and there the sororities are as extravagant as you see in the movies.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the university, on everything.
Okay. Um, as you said, some things were exaggerated. In the movies, is their religion also exaggerated? Are they as religious as in the movies?
Yeah, religion is very, very important for them. It's really in the daily life, they mention God and Jesus all the time, like in small things. Like I remember when we said goodbye to each other, there were a lot of people like, if God wants us to see each other again, then we'll see each other again. Like those things, that's completely different, I think, from our culture because we're not that religious or we don't mention it as often as they do. So it's like in everyday conversations it comes up, and yeah.
Okay.
And do they accept the fact that like we're not that religious, or do they sometimes look weird or treat you different than they would?
No, they don't treat you different. Like uh, people from the US are so open and always asking questions. If they hear you speak another language, oh, where are you from? People, strangers on the train that start talking to you, they're yeah, they don't treat you different. They are so curious and everyone is talking to you. It's, yeah, really nice.
Did you try to show that you were from Belgium, or did you try to be as American as possible?
Uh, hmm. No, I think I showed myself as a Belgian, but also like my friends group in the university, it was mainly international students
Oh, okay.
because like the first day you come in contact with all those different nationalities, and then everyone asks, oh, where are you from? Oh yeah, I'm from Belgium. Where are you from? So yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And also the accent, you can't imitate it. They always hear immediately like, oh, where are you from?
Yeah. And then so after the first couple of weeks, um, like did you get a huge culture shock?
No, not at all. So me and the other girl from IBM that went to NEIU, we were like the first days, oh yeah, we're in the honeymoon phase. But I think like next week we will get our down periods. But then it was next week and we were still in the honeymoon phase. And then we thought like, oh, maybe in October when the weather starts, it's getting worse, we will get our breakdown. But no, And then in December when we were leaving, we still were in the honeymoon phase. We didn't have a culture shock at all. It was so nice.
Oh, cool.
And did you some things or activities or food that you like eat or did to like be remembered of Belgium?
Yeah, actually we did. So I was roommates with a girl from IBM, so we were both Belgian, and we when we cooked dinner, we often made like mashed potatoes and stoemp, as we call it in Belgium. So I think that's typical Belgian.
So you say you had a roommate from Belgium. Did you have other roommates?
Yeah, so it's an apartment we had at campus, and it's with 2 rooms. So I was in the room with the girl from IBM, and then we had 2 other roommates who were sharing another room.
And what was that like?
Yeah, it was nice. They were nice people, but then you have to make rules about cleaning and who does the dishes, because you have to be strict with it, otherwise.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was a little bit frustrating, but it was okay.
Are they in school also strict, or are they rather loose on the rules?
Can you repeat the question, because the audio was gone?
Okay. Were they strict in school, or were they rather loose on the rules?
They were really loose. Like, some people came into class like 5 minutes before it ended, and they did not say anything about it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really fine.
That's
They were really loose compared to Artevelde.
And are there like some other big differences between like the school and the educational programs between Belgium and the States?
Yeah, the biggest difference is the evaluation, because you get we got tests every week, and then you get a midterm. So you have a lot of like tests that already counts for grades. So when you have your final, you already know like what you're gonna get, because you had so many tests, and then the midterms. So.
Oh, okay.
And was it difficult there, because often people say that like the educational system in the US is like bad, and people are not smart and they're not learning anything?
What I would say is that the content of the classes were at the same level as Artevelde, but the evaluation was much more easy, because it's all multiple choice. No penalties for guessing. Also, I had some finals that were online that you can just take at home, but then you just can have your book next to you. So yeah, that's, I think, a point for improvement for the American way of evaluating.
And did you have tasks or only tests every week?
No, we also had to write papers, and like every week we had to give our meaning on a certain subject, and then we had to read their posts and then react to it. So it was also a lot of tasks, I would say, during the week.
So you did have a lot of work there.
Yeah, there was like the same load of work as in Belgium, but the classes, I only had 2 days of classes, so I had a lot of time to work on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you have any misunderstandings with people there? And maybe about what then?
Let me think. I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No.
But as you say, they are very open, right? So.
Yeah, really open.
And what is the biggest thing that you miss here in Belgium or in Sweden from the US?
The people, yeah.
The people.
You make so many friends because, especially international students, everyone comes there with the same aim, like making friends and experiencing new things. So you make a lot of friends in a really short time, and then after 4 months, it's really hard to leave them. And then, especially, it was hard because then I came back in the and all my friends in Belgium were studying for their exams. Really alone because my friends were on the other side of the world, and my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also that.